साह्रै राम्रो डान्स नाच्ने मान्छे पनि गोरी यस्तै परफर्मेन्स गर्नुपर्छ ग्लोबलका छोरी। ग्रेड 12 का स्टुडेन्ट्सहरू हुनुहुन्थ्यो उहाँहरू अहिले ग्रेड 12 पढ्दै हुनुहुन्छ। थ्याङ्क यू फर यर वन्डरफुल परफर्मेन्स। नाउ इट्स टाइम फर द keynote speech from the chairperson of today's program and chairman of Global College of Management. For that, may I have pleasure to provide this podium Dr. Tilak Rawal. Dr. Tilak Rawal for the keynote speech.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jay Gaudel, Professor Pushkar Bajracharya, and other respected dignitaries on the dais, and dear students and other respected personalities under the tent here today. The weather conditions till 6:30 in the morning were very hostile. I thought our program would be hampered. I was a little bit worried. But immediately, looking at and remembering the management team, led by Principal Joshi, and with other, effective personalities like Jay Gaudel, Mr. Pakurel, and others, I thought, may what come, our program will be very successful. Fortunately, the hostile weather condition didn't last long. Weather conditions took a positive turn, and we have bright sun shining in the blue sky today. It's good. After listening to the wise deliberation of Dr. Pushkar, I don't know what is left for me to tell you. He has spoken so much. He has talked about so many things. In fact, listening to him is always a pleasure. Listening to him and Professor Pant, is always a pleasure, and I find myself, always a student. Well, as a chairman, I have to perform this ceremonial job of, delivering a speech. And Jay Gaudel has also, requested me to, deliver a keynote speech. So I will have to take maybe 5 to 10 minutes of your precious time talking about a little bit of, not so important things. First of all, I will be failing in my duty if I don't welcome the new students who have joined Global College of Management. I welcome you all, and I welcome you for the wise decision made by you students and your guardians, And thank you for the confidence reposed in the Global College of Management. Dear students, you have already achieved something in life, which is shown by your wonderful performance in secondary education examination. Because you did so well in your examination, you got a chance to be here at Global College of Management. We take only cream of the society. You students are the cream of the society. And in your stay of 2 years here, you'll get an opportunity to further shine. You are cream of a society, I repeat one more time. And remember, we have wonderful faculties with us to impart education and necessary training and skills in these 2 years of your stay here. A foundation will be created by the joint effort of students and wonderful faculties here for you to stand on and progress in life. Now, I give you some advices. Don't cease to be a student. Your quest or your appetite for new learning, education, and knowledge should be insatiable. Your appetite for new knowledge, new information, new skills should be insatiable. Your thirst for new knowledge, new skills, new ideas is not quenchable. My advice to you is never cease to remain a student, irrespective of your educational attainment. No matter how high you reach, you should always remain a student. Try to learn something new. I'm still learning, an old man, you see. I learned so many things. I envy some people also. Look at the way Jay Gaudel has managed this program, Master of Ceremony. I thought he was good in English only, but now I'm surprised, He's equally good in Nepali. I don't know. You see, I thought about 7-8 months ago that when I do my papers in English, I should show it to, Jay Gaudel also, or Dr. Chuda, right? They are learned people in English. But now I'm at a, sort of dilemma or confusion, whether my paper in Nepali should go to Jay Gaudel or the papers done in English should go to him. So some people are so much gifted, They are good everywhere. In every area, you see, they perform wonderfully well. And look at the smart welcome speech delivered by our friend Pakural. And more than that, look at the speech of our student, Himiri, right? Or grade 12 students, That shows, what kind of students we have. What kind of, graduates, 10+2 graduates we produce. The burning example of our, ability to produce good students is Himiri. And not only that, Asmita Chapakai, the new student, which is coming as a grade 11 student, shows, what kind of students we are getting. Only the cream of the society we are getting in. You see? That is shown by our new student, Asmita Chapagai. So as I said earlier, right at the outset of my deliberation, that we are getting the cream of the society. You students are the cream of the society, to be trained by our wonderful faculties, so that you will further shine in life. A foundation in these 2 years of your stay at GCM will be created, standing on which you will perform better and better in life. And I tell you, my dear students, in the present competitive world, I tell you, as said by, Professor Pushkar Bajracharya, I couldn't agree more with him when he said that the world is becoming competitive and tougher day by day. In this competitive world, my dear students, being just good won't suffice, because you'll have so many other people doing better than you. So try to be the best, okay? You can outstand and shine that way, because the world is competitive and you have to learn to be, something exceptional. You have to show to the people that I can shine out, I can stand. And if you become the best, then you can compete in this tough and very competitive world. And another piece of advice would be that always learn to appreciate others' good work. If somebody has written something good in Nepali, I feel, wish I could write as well. When I listen to the wonderful speeches of Jay Gaudel and Mr. Pakurel, or student Ghimire and Asmita Chapakai, I feel, wish, deep within my heart, I felt, wish I could speak as well. And dancing students, even at this age, sometimes I feel, looking at their steps and all that, I wish I could dance as well. So what's the harm in learning something good, Be it written English, Nepali, or spoken English, Nepali, dance, or modern dance, acrobatic acts, whatever it is. So we have to learn, and at the same time, appreciate others' good work. This is how you will progress in life. Never forget to appreciate good works of others. Okay, I'm giving you this advice here. I'm not going to give a lengthy speech because lengthy speeches are boring and that, lead to mental and physical fatigue. So I don't want that situation, to develop here. So I'll be taking about 2-3 minutes more. Now, some of the students may ask me, were you doing all this when you were a young student? My honest confession would be a big no. Then you will again counter. So why are you asking us to do things which you didn't practice yourself as a young student? My answer would be, you see, my time, the world I, grew up in, the society I, grew up in, was not that competitive then. I didn't have to struggle to get myself admitted in colleges, I didn't have to be an outstanding student, to get admitted in colleges of this kind, right? And I didn't have to struggle a lot to get a good job also. You see? But things are quite different nowadays, World is getting, tougher and competitive day by day. So you have to, do something, better than what we did yesterday. Because the world is getting, I repeat again, tougher and more competitive. Dr. Pushkar talked about, the management, practitioner, economist, and leaders, He's right. Management people are often guided by economists who are basically involved in formulation of policies and all that. But they are not at the helm of affairs, because rightly said by him, these economists or policy formulators are also guided and governed by politicians. Unfortunately, politicians are not always good people. But if you look at the progress achieved by some countries in the world, you cannot say that politicians everywhere in every country, are buffoons. Some of the politicians, have succeeded in guiding economists and management experts in a proper way and shown to the society and to the world that they are the good managers of their country and their society. The burning example, clear example is that these leaders, proved to be wonderful managers of their economy and country and succeeded in giving better quality of life to their people, to their fellow citizens. But unfortunately, like said by Dr. Pushkar Bajracharya, many leaders in many countries are buffoons. But unfortunately, they are at the helm of affairs. They govern economists, they govern management experts and all that. But my dear students, ladies and gentlemen, people cannot be fooled for long. People cannot be fooled for long. Now, I will just touch upon one thing, Look at, China, what a progress it has achieved. As a young student, I used to hear ugly, nasty things about China. They don't get to eat proper food. They don't get to wear nice clothes and all that. Maybe it was not 100% true, but maybe more than 60% of what was publicized was true then. But look at things now, China has become a net exporter of capital in the world. I was listening to Theresa May, the lady, who is about to leave her job as Prime Minister of United Kingdom. She expressed her displeasure and dissatisfaction over the situation in Hong Kong. But at the same time, she repeated, she repeatedly urged China to come into the United Kingdom with more and more capital, or in other words, more and more investment. She said, we want to have a wonderful relationship with China. Maybe she said this at the cost of annoying the President of the United States of America. Who cares? Everybody needs Chinese capital today. So China produced good managers, right? Xi Jinping, maybe people you should think that China is now reverting to the, Maoist period of one-man rule. In communism, they talk about collective rule. Mao, ruled the country with an iron rod in his hand. He was the single personality to rule China. And after that, collective leadership, came into the fore. But now Xi Jinping, it seems, is going to rule China, forgetting the collective leadership approach. But he has done good to the country, right? He has done so good that Chinese wanted him to continue as president of China for some more years, because Chinese are eager, desperate, impatiently waiting for their great country to be at the peak. They want their economy to be the largest economy in the world in not too distant a future. They are good managers. They are better managers than us and our leaders here. Can anybody dispute this bitter reality? Maybe bitter. Now, one more minute, dear students. Some 42 years ago, as a student at the University of the Philippines, I saw a film called Star Wars. It talked about, war in space. I found that film funny but interesting because it was all imaginary. Nobody could even dream of war in space those days, right? But now, my dear students, people are contemplating war in space with China and Russia on one side and the United States on the other. Don't be surprised, my dear students, if you hear of space war in not too distant a future. You see, the world is becoming tougher. I say it many times, and this is also shared by wise people like Dr. Pushkar Bajracharya. But don't shy away, don't get disappointed. Yes, the world is becoming tougher and competitive day by day, but there are also opportunities in abundance for bright and shining students like you to grab. Look forward, continue your hard work, accepting the challenge of time and demand of time. Continue your good work. You will progress in life. I wish all of you good luck. Thanks for bearing with my utterances.